This episode of Speakers of Heidland is made possible by our generous patrons like Chris, Craig Marshall, Clinway, Metalligo Phaleon, Ariel, Adam James, CeeLo Redwind, Dimos, Christoph Haas, Centro, Amy Veras, Infinitron, Casey Schaefer, Alex Bowes, Bobby Forbridge, and Omegacat Comet. Support the show and become a patron today at patreon.com/speakersxiv.
This is Speakers of Heidland.
Good evening, IRCNs. Welcome to Speakers of Heidland episode 62. I am joined by Yazz and Maela and Yazz.
Hello.
Welcome. Episode 62, live letter 39 has concluded. It concluded on Friday. So that's basically what we're going to talk about today. We're also going to talk a little bit about the European campaign, promotional campaign that also started yesterday, and share our thoughts on that. Also, of course, talking more about the FF14 community's response to patch 4.1, because it seems to be splitting the community. In channel update news, Tales from the Storm. The Joke That Went Too Far has now published its first episode on Patreon. So I thought it's just for those non-patrons that don't believe that's a real thing, I'm going to play just a tiny sample just so you know just how cringe it is. Okay? So let's see if I can if I've done this correctly. Hopefully I don't have I think this is... Hold on. Okay, I think this is alright. Okay, yeah. Okay, here we go. Have a listen at this.
Me can see that. Minago cleared her throat. We don't know if the Imperials found the tunnel, sir, but even if they didn't, without our men to guide them, our friends from Ul'dah are likely stranded.
Yeah. So that's a real thing. So... yeah, that's a senior speaker perk right there. Enjoy that. So that's a real thing now. It exists. Also, Secrets of a Realm is releasing today for non-patrons. Patrons were treated to that yesterday. Funny story about that one. It's gonna be it's gonna air on the post show today first, and then immediately after the post show, it will go live on YouTube. So if you want to catch an early glimpse at Secrets of a Realm, stay tuned for the post show. Yeah, I went to bed at 9 a.m. today. Yazz hasn't slept at all, by the way. Just want to point that out.
No, I'm dying. If I say anything stupid, that's why. Don't blame me. Ignore it.
Yeah. I was editing Secrets until... Like, when did I log into Final Fantasy, Maela? I mean, that was when I did my first break. So I did like a whole day of editing. And then I think it was like 9 p.m.-ish till like midnight.
When we were going to try and do... When we did Expert?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was about 9.
Yeah, that was when I had like my first break. The problem was I forgot that I was on a break. So I like completely forgot that I was editing Secrets of a Realm. So Maela logs off at midnight, and I fuck around in Final Fantasy 14 a couple of almost an hour, and then I close the game and Vegas just pops up because that's like always been open in the background. And I'm like, oh fuck. And yeah, so I had to sit and edit until like 9 p.m. No, 9 a.m. Sorry, 9 a.m. So I haven't. Also, I actually haven't watched through it after I published it. So there might be errors in that video. So I mean, our patrons have already seen it, so they probably already like, oh boy, you're in for a treat in the post show when you see that glaring mistake you made. Yeah, so we're gonna that episode's gonna focus on Peace Garden. So please look forward to that. Okay, let's get into this. The Europeans finally got their promotional campaign to get their Eastern Journey Battle Staff, Etherite tickets, the Eastern Journey attire, and the Flying Cumulus mount. Okay, first of all, I want to say that I'm glad they at least went for an online solution for Europe. So kudos for that. But have anyone ever heard of shop2.net?
No.
So
from an outside perspective, it seems quite a lot better than things have been in the past.
Yeah, it is the better one of the previous campaigns. Now here's the issue. There are several issues, sadly. The campaign duration is from September 29th to October 20th, which is longer, I believe, than the North American one.
I believe so.
Yeah, because I think that was just 2 weeks for North America.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, this is slightly longer.
What was the North American one again?
Amazon.
Amazon. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, Amazon. Okay.
Yeah. So
same thing, less sketchy.
Yeah,
basically.
So Maela and I we rushed to that website because you could buy a time card that was included. So
that's awesome.
17 euros. Go. Then things started to get weird because first of all, because we did it before there were I'll get to that. But first, when you tried to order, they wanted you to make an account. Now I don't know. Apparently you could. Yeah, that's fine with me. I'll make an account. But then it gets really dodgy because as you make the account, first of all, it gives you a big with red text warning. We need to charge your credit card, and I'm like, I'm not going to pay with credit card. I'm going to pay with my PayPal. But no, we have to have your bank details, and so we can charge you £1 and then refund
which isn't a totally uncommon practice.
It isn't. But it is very strange when they were so if you tried to move anywhere on the site in a different tab, it will give you a big red warning that you're about to leave the account registration page, which would if you said you wanted to proceed, they would cancel the account creation and you would have to start all over. It would delete you from the system.
What they normally do is they will give you the small charge before you actually make your purchase.
Yeah.
Not upon account creation.
Yeah, it's really strange. Now, what I noticed, and a lot of people are now saying they don't have to do that. They just press the PayPal button. That is something I heard too. And a lot of people claim that they could. But when I pressed that, the page would either just refresh or it would give me the question, do you have an account with us? Pressing no would bring you to the registration page. But I don't know if they turned that off at some point or something, because I could not get past that. And then the hordes of Europeans started slamming the site, which didn't seem like it was prepared for it, and it started to crash. And we're talking complete failure. Nothing worked. We got to a point where they just took the site down. They just went maintenance mode. We're gonna fix shit. It comes back. Nothing is fixed, and everything is now out of stock. Which is even stranger because Maela and I was one of the I feel like we were one of the earliest ones there.
Oh, definitely.
And we picked a time card, and then this account creation bullshit started happening. And by the time we were done, I wanted to go back because I want to go back and just press PayPal and see if I can force my way through with just because it looked like it was just a quick checkout PayPal button. The basket was empty because it had run out of stock.
Right.
And this happened several times because they would restock. And funny, every time it ran out, because it ran out of stock, you could never get to the checkout because first of all, it took fucking forever. It took 5 minutes for it to load the checkout, and then it would take 10 minutes before it did anything beyond that. It was very frustrating. And then it would just go to the, sorry, your shopping cart is empty. But when they were out of stock, it would say out of stock in green.
Yeah. And then it would say, like, we are awaiting more stock in stock.
Yeah, this is expected to be... No, I can't remember exactly what... Yeah, it said something like that. It just, nothing made sense. It was like the site was never meant to run out of stock. Like, they've never dealt with that before.
It was almost like it never meant to have people
Yeah,
on it.
yeah. And the best thing is that when they launched the campaign, their customer support had, I think, 6 p.m., I think. I think they published it on the Lodestone, like, right after the live letter, I think.
Yeah.
And customer support ended half an hour or an hour after that. So, and they would not open again until Monday. So when the site started breaking down, there were people who got charged, but not getting an order confirmation because the site was so bad, it just couldn't deal with. It was terrible. And you try to call support doesn't respond because they're off. So it was what I expected from a Square Enix. All in all, a very good campaign from Square Enix. Thank you very much.
Another one.
I also want to say something really funny because on the Lodestone post they tell you what you had to buy in order to be eligible for the campaign. They listed Final Fantasy XIV Online Starter Edition. However, that is not part of the campaign, and they were apparently unable to change that until Monday. So that's still sitting on the Lodestone, apparently. So poor people buying the Online Starter Edition on this really weird website
Aren't going to get anything. That's fucking terrible.
Yeah, so the only way they can find out the figure, I mean, there is a site, there's an actual landing page on this website that tells you where the stuff you can buy, and the starter edition is obviously not listed there, so
those are some good games, though.
It got so desperate that I was almost willing to buy a PlayStation 4 time card.
Yeah, I did
or
that
even
too.
a game that I literally can't play because I don't have a PlayStation 4.
I figured I can give it away on stream. I can give it away to a viewer.
Yeah.
I don't, but no.
Nope.
Sold out. You know what? I did it though. I did actually buy something. All the fucking games were sold out except for which one did I buy again?
I think you got Tomb Raider, didn't you?
I got Tomb Raider.
Hey, it's good.
It's a good game, but it's not what I expected to buy. But to me, it didn't really matter. I just wanted the promotional stuff.
Have you got your code yet?
Yes, I did.
Did you?
It took 5 hours before the order even appeared in my account.
Are they PS4 codes or Steam codes?
They're not codes.
They're actual games.
No, they're
it's an
actual
physical
games.
You're getting a physical game.
Yeah, and even the time cards were physical.
Yeah, everything was physical.
Are they for PS4 games, I guess?
Yeah.
All the games.
I was just wondering, a lot of these are PC games.
That's what a lot of people are really annoyed about, because most people who play 14 play on PC, and they can only either choose that one time card, which was sold out immediately, or any other PS4 game which they can't use.
Oh no.
And immediately when I chose the time card, I was like, oh, it's free shipping in the UK. So when I looked at my shipping price, I had to pay €550 to ship a card.
Sounds about right. Sounds about right.
I got the stuff.
At least you got something, though.
I got something. So I got what I paid for, basically. Plus Tomb Raider. Which I don't even have a PS4 hooked up, so I don't even know if I'm ever play. It's probably just going to stay in the plastic forever.
Might as well do it.
I mean, you should play it eventually. It is really good.
Yeah, I've heard. So maybe one day. Okay, then. Enough salt from the EU. Let's move on to the salt from the Final Hunt. No, sorry. Let's talk about the live letter.
Oh my god.
What?
Just noticing the thing, because you copy and paste it, bonus item codes are valid until the 31st of December 17. That's only a couple months away.
Oh, yeah.
That's awful. Anyway,
that's a very short time, yeah. Yeah, there's nothing new in the notes there. Okay. So, we're going to look at the trailer today. First, before we start with anything, we're gonna
Trailer.
analyze the trailer. Before we do that, let's talk about the new trailer format, because the format has changed.
Yeah.
Before we had roughly 8-minute long trailer showing very specific stuff with like there were segments in the video, like here's the main story. Always started with the main story to sort of get your blood pumping, and then showing the content, the dungeons.
Yeah, to cool your blood down again.
Yeah, to cool you down. Here's all the stuff you're gonna grind.
They'd be like, here, this is awesome, but relax, because here's a haircut.
Yeah. Instead, this time they've blurred the lines a bit. They've made it very difficult to see what you're actually looking at. They've cut it more like how I would assume how I would like view a movie trailer. Yeah, kind of.
To me, it seemed much more along the lines of like something you could advertise with.
Yeah,
you know,
it looks more advertiser friendly-ish. It looks like they don't have to make a separate ad now; they can just use that one.
Right. I get what they were going for, but I'm not really a fan of the whole 30 seconds of story, 10 seconds of something that you don't get time to even have bearings on. You know what I mean? It's just like I also think that it's probably not the best because you don't know a lot of the smaller things. I think as much as a lot of people probably took it for granted, it was nice seeing like, oh, this is the new hairstyles that are getting added, you know.
Yeah,
these are these small little things like, oh, they're adding flower pots in this patch, you know, like that kind of small stuff. Yeah, well, probably not important, I guess. Still,
I mean, if you're the trailer is meant for us, the actual players of 14, and we kind of expect to see what we're getting. This one is just like alluding to what we're getting because we don't really know what all this is. And as you said, the minor stuff like hairstyles and like tiny things that usually have their own little segment in the trailers, that's not shown at all. Also, I'm a little bit put off by, I don't know if I'm put off or not, but there's like the main story is referenced in the entire like it's put in everywhere. It's like there's like a it's like a minute without the main, and then main story is thrown in.
I kind of preferred, like, I actually really like the fact that they used to have the main scenario as the beginning and then bookend of the trailer.
Yes. Yeah.
I thought that was a really good formula. I think you nailed it on the head though, whereas a lot of those other ones always felt like they were for us. This one felt like it was maybe for people who weren't playing the game.
Yes.
Which
I don't think they really need that.
I don't think that makes sense either, to be honest. Because if you don't play the game, none of that shit's gonna have any context anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
So what you know, like,
yeah, I feel like I don't understand the demographic for this. I don't know who's their audience. It's a little bit strange. I would have, I mean, it's supposed to inform you of what's coming, and instead it feels more like it's.
And as chat's saying, we didn't really get any info from it. I mean, we got a few things that we'll talk about, but I mean, they're nothing. I don't know, nothing comparable to what we would normally get.
No,
it didn't even have like text.
No,
no. To say what, you know, here's Shirogane. Here's this. It just showed you it, and it's like, oh, okay, that's Shirogane. But if you were watching this game and you hadn't like ever played it,
you're not probably think that was part of the story.
Wow,
yeah.
Wow.
Like you'd see Shirogane and be like, I don't know what that is. Is that just part of the story? Like,
yeah,
they wouldn't know. Brand new player housing, which I think is a better thing to say anyways, in my opinion anyways.
Yeah.
Like, even for people who don't play the game going, oh, cool, Japanese player housing. Like, you can hook them weebs right in, get them in. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like the old trailer was like a visual preliminary patch notes.
That's That's a good way of putting that.
Yeah. Anyways, let's look at this. There is, despite our negativity towards the new format, it did show us something.
It pumped me up a bit, but it didn't. It wasn't informative.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm not saying that it's
cool.
bad, but I much prefer the old one. To be
I
honest.
like the main scenario significance.
Yeah.
Yes. Now let's.
Can we watch the French version?
I will probably preface that there is quite a few Stormblood spoilers in this trailer.
Spoiler
That's
alert for
true.
those of you that don't watch the trailers. You might not want to watch this part.
Just close your eyes.
Yes, close your eyes.
Just skip ahead or mute for like 5 minutes.
And
10
also,
minutes.
if you're watching the recording on YouTube, probably there's like, oh god, do I really want to give myself that job?
I was gonna say now you have to remember. You haven't said it yet. You don't have to do it.
If you're watching on YouTube, good for you.
Yes, thank
That's
you for
what
watching
he
on
was gonna
YouTube.
say.
Thank you,
That's
thank
what
you
he
very
was
much.
gonna say.
Okay, let's switch to that. To that. Here we go. Okay, so let's have a look. I hope it's not too loud.
Peggy 16.
Peggy 16. Okay.
A personal summons from the Scions. This must be important business indeed.
Want to point out? Yeah. Want to point out that that's a big deal. Also,
Finally continuing A Realm Reborn.
yeah, finally picking up where Realm Reborn ended. Pointing out that
Disgusted.
he's got a new voice actor.
Which is actually, I like his voice actor a lot better.
Yeah.
I like voice actor.
Personally.
Think about the time gap here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's. Yeah. That's.
Well,
I think it continues, doesn't it?
It's anything so underhand as an assassination. I fear I can be of little help.
Okay. So. That's all we're getting. Oh, no, that's not all we're getting from there.
That's the trailer.
This is
You
that's
can see why we said it was a bit
guys.
lackluster. Just not enough information.
Yeah, so this is why it makes it a little bit difficult to talk about the different points here, but because the story is like split into the entire thing here. But she was wearing her civilian gear in this. This is the one. This is how we first met her under the Sultan tree. What do you think? Because we don't see any more of this particular storyline in this trailer, if I remember correctly. This is all we get, right?
yes.
I think
Yeah.
so, yeah. It's mostly, yeah.
Someone's saying in chat that it's been around 5 years in game. Not even close.
What? No. I
Not
think
even
it's like
close.
just like a year.
It's
less
it's
than
been
a year
like-
almost.
Fortnite
Yeah,
or something.
it's been less than a year. It's very little time has passed.
Yeah. So what do you think they're gonna do here? I mean, there's something with Rabantu, which we'll get to
She's
later.
gonna die.
You think she's
Yeah.
gonna die?
Properly.
For a
Again?
patch. Just for a patch.
Just gonna fall asleep again.
Yeah. I actually really don't know what this is all about, to be honest.
Probably going to cut off Raban to the Ram.
Do you think maybe this is a trick? Are they in the same? Okay, hold on. Are they even in the same room?
Maybe
Oh, no, it could
not.
just be different.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
lots
no,
of
no,
boxes.
I can see
Yeah,
some
they
crates.
definitely are.
Oh, this is at the Waking Sands.
Yeah, that's the Waking Sands, yeah.
Oh my god.
So the Sultana is going to the Waking Sands for some reason.
How do they see with those helmets?
I don't know. They have very tiny eyes, though. Very tiny eyes. So their tiny, tiny potato eyes can. Not, that's enough for them.
I mean, Lise could see.
Yeah,
That's
Lise has
true.
very tiny, tiny eyes. Tiny, tiny eyes. Let's move on.
Important business indeed. Though, if it concerns anything so underhand as an assassination, I fear I can be of little help.
Is by the way, is this like? Does he not know that that's Nanamo? Is that why she's like taking off that to reveal herself to him?
Whoa.
How
'Cause
can
it's
you
actually
not tell
Momodi.
that that's the Sultana? You're dumb if you don't see that. Sorry, moving on.
I
Then
mean,
again, he's a
there's-
Lolotha.
Yeah.
He's a Lolotha.
Suffice it to say, our people have had their fill of kings, which means we need to find a new way forward.
So this again confirms.
Disappointing.
This confirms what you feared. Yes,
Yes.
this is the political patch.
Yes.
Which
But
I
no
mean,
kings.
yeah, it seems like the monarchy thing is being scrapped here. I'm getting some very strong vibes of that. I'm guessing they're gonna become a republic then.
Probably.
Trousers.
Yeah, they're pretty sweet.
That's nice.
Look who it contains, though. It contains the one person we don't want.
Who is
Alphino again.
Oh yeah,
he's everywhere.
Yeah, he's gonna be the first president of Alamigo. Calling
I hope keep
President Alphino. Hello, Mr. President.
Yeah, and then he's gonna get everyone killed like he did with Crystal Graves.
Yeah,
so let's just let that happen. That sounds great.
he's gonna repeat. Oh god, no, let's not go there.
Hey, I mean, maybe he'll pay for his own crimes this time.
Yeah,
and we'll be free of him.
Yeah. So now we see Raban.
To me, brothers and sisters of Alamigo. Now is the time that we, the people of Alamigo, must decide what manner of nation we will build for us.
Okay, so before we get to this part,
God, I love Raban.
Raban is Bay, but he's most likely. If anyone's gonna lead Alamigo, I feel like he would be like the perfect candidate. We talked about this in the previous episode, but I think that's where the whole twist here is gonna be, because he's very loyal to Nanamo, who like gave him a new life almost. And she did give him a new life in Ul'dah.
I mean, yeah, he was gonna be like executed, right?
Something, because he was fighting for his life in the gladiator arena.
He had to win like 1,000 matches or something.
Yeah.
That guy on the right doesn't look very happy, does he?
He doesn't. A face only a mother can love.
Dude, actually, like all the people in this shot.
Dude, like, the guy in front of him is the row in front of him is fabulous.
Okay.
I see what you mean, Raban.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So the Warrior of Light standing there behind the chat. Not in the the chat is not in the trailer, but okay. So now we get the dungeon.
Scala.
Yes.
That's all right.
It looks fun, I guess.
It'll be fun for day one, and then
I'm excited for the lore.
Yeah, true.
I mean, I'll run the dungeon once, maybe.
Yeah. It looks it looks like just a normal dungeon. It has this seal. This picture reminded me of Xehanort for some reason. This is a Kingdom Hearts reference, but there's like a painting in Kingdom Hearts 2 of... I'm not going to go there. It's too complicated.
Well, it reminds me of both Final Fantasy 6 and 15, personally.
Ah, yes.
They're both picture
just
fighting
makes me think of a strange man with big pink hair.
That is...
Does not look like anyone that lives on Highland.
No.
But whatever.
He was ahead of his time. Okay,
here's this guy.
This thing?
Standing up Chimera dude.
And that is all. That is all we get.
The fight as well, doesn't it? Or is that later?
Oh yeah, it does, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Shows some of his mechanics.
Yes.
Wow. Looks hard.
Yeah, this wasn't the most exciting content though.
It looks alright. Looks interesting.
It looks okay. It's a nice looking dungeon. I like the aesthetics.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so now we're back here.
You're wasting your time.
This is an echo, by the way. I noticed that the second time I watched it. There was like a
yeah
on the screen. There's a lot of echoes here. I'm guessing this is for Dola. Now
Oh, definitely. Most definitely.
So just some casual stoning in the streets, nothing to worry about here, but it's they're giving her a backstory to make us sympathize with her, which is a very common thing apparently in...
Who do you think that man is?
Oh.
Yeah, the Fabulous Pants make their return, by the way.
Oh yeah, she's back.
Oh yeah, she's everywhere.
She's everywhere.
Maybe
she can lead Alamigo.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
This is the same issue. Who's the person, by the way? Who do we think it is?
I don't know. I
it's
was
just
gonna
some guy.
say
Could it be like Curtis
be-
Hext? Could it be...
I was thinking Curtis Hext, but I don't think
He's
because
blonde.
this would have been, I guess, Portal is like 18, so I would
Yeah.
probably like 15 years ago or something. Maybe a
Yeah,
little
she looks
less.
still quite
I-
big though.
I think we know what Curtis looked like at that point, right? And he did not look
Yeah,
like this. So
true.
I don't, as much as I would have originally lent to it being Curtis, I actually don't think it is.
Then who is this? This person is... Yeah, we see another shot here of the casual stoning.
Pointless.
No, that's definitely not Xeno.
That would be cool if it was Xenos, but no.
You know, oh yeah, no, that's...
And he just never cut his hair for another 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe a new character or maybe somebody totally unimportant.
Gaius without the mask?
Why
Okay,
are everyone
well,
going for Garlean?
Let's not get carried away.
Nero. It's Nero.
Why? I mean, this is this... When is this happening? How old is... Do we know her actual age?
Yeah, I think she's 18.
So she is 18. Okay.
I'm
so,
pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, because she was born into the Garlean controlled Alamigo. So
Yeah, and
under
it's been 20
Garlean
years.
control at this point.
So she has to be younger than 20.
Yes.
So that's probably 10 to 12 years ago, I would probably have to say.
Yeah. But
Why
could it
is
be her
it-
father, her brother? It could be like a relative.
Yeah.
We have nothing to
That
go on,
basically means
obviously.
there's no significance to him, really.
I would
Yeah.
assume it's probably going to be some sort of new character.
Yeah, probably. Maybe it's like the resistance leader. I can't remember his name.
Oh, that could be a very younger
Oh.
version of
Oh god, what's his name? I just did an
Conrad?
odd... Conrad, yes.
Conrad, yeah.
No, because he can't have aged like 60 years in the time it took her to age
I mean,
2.
he's
I
been...
guess,
He's
but
been through a lot.
Not that much.
Yeah, no.
he just got a sweet tan and his hair gray.
Yeah,
That's all.
yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, obviously we have no idea. We're just... Yeah. So let's just
There's
move
no
on.
reason to keep me alive, and
There's another... Yeah, that's a really quick shot there, but it doesn't really show anything.
you know it.
And then... There's that. They're just staring at each other there. Okay, so...
We've seen this scene before, I would like to
We
point
have.
out. This is already in the game.
So I wonder if they've just taken like the cutscene data from 1.0 and just slapped it into the 2.0 engine. Because
Wasn't this cutscene at some point, like during A Realm Reborn
was
too?
it? Oh, really?
I'm pretty sure it was. Like
I can't even
specifically
remember. It's
seeing this.
blurring, but it's the same scene as in 1.0 as well. It was that's where Raubon. That's where we learned about Raubon's fate. I believe. I think we were there actually, the adventurers, when Raubon did that. So yeah. Is this what you want, Father? Pippin says.
Oh, Pippin.
What does Raubon want here? They're trying to fool us here because some people might not realize that that's a flashback, but he's obviously got his left arm.
Right. I kind of knew that people would
Yeah.
jump to that.
It's not in 2.0. It was an echo flashback in 1.0. Okay, there we go. It was an echo. I can't remember if it was an echo or not.
For some reason, I really remember that being some like I don't know. I'm confused.
Yeah. Maybe you've just watched the 1.0 cutscene. Maybe it was posted somewhere. I don't know. It's
Is it early on in 1.0?
Yeah, I think so. It's
Maybe I just saw it when I had my brief.
Yeah, maybe. I believe it's very early on, yeah, because that's when Raubon is introduced, more or less.
Right. All right. Yeah, that makes sense then.
I am Lise Hext, and I speak for the Resistance.
Okay, so before we talk about that one, she's
Like
standing...
what? Why is it structured this way?
I don't know. It's very
I
strange.
am Lise Hext. I'm gonna talk blah blah blah, and then fucking Shinryu comes out.
Yeah,
That's good, isn't it?
Like,
it's the pacing is weird. It is very
What?
strange. They have no correlation. There's nothing.
no.
It's good, isn't it? It's very disjointed. I like it.
You like that disjointed
No,
stuff?
I think it's very strange.
Okay, yeah, good. the so
She's in the throne room.
Yeah, she's in the throne room. This is a very symbolic shot, obviously. She speaks for the resistance, standing in front of the King Theodric's throne, or Zeno's throne, I guess, and it's empty.
Probably like dad or granddad, and she's the princess, and she's gonna take over again.
How alive is that theory now?
I think it's
not that alive.
Because Curtis Hext was not of royal blood, and unless he too was a prince in disguise. I mean,
I don't believe so.
No, I also learned this during when I did the audiobook thing that I did. Manago doesn't want a king either. She says the day of kings is over. Again, we talked about this in the previous episode, because it is possible to just restart a monarchy. That's not a big deal. We did that in Norway. It's it's just like choosing a system, but they're very clearly done with that time.
Right.
So
I could see them just abandoning it altogether.
Yeah.
Kind of going more along. Because I assume the long-term goal is, closer relations with the Eorzean Alliance, probably them joining the Eorzean Alliance. I mean, they better, because we kind of saved their ass a little bit. So,
yeah,
it kind of seems like no matter when or how you join the Eorzean Alliance, but you end up pretty much going to a democracy.
Yeah.
Same thing happened to Ishgard's theocracy too, right?
Yeah.
And Limsa's pirate and whatever.
Well, Limsa is a little bit special because technically that has turned into a dictatorship at this point, because she's been sitting longer than she should.
Right.
She should have only been sitting for, what is it? I can't remember the term in how long you're in office in Limsa, but she changed the rules before the calamity because it was like just like a typical dictatorship thing, because we're in a state of emergency. Well,
no, it's a pirate thing.
Do you think she's gonna be like the final boss?
Merlwyb, yeah. She's the secret boss.
Hey man,
yeah.
At least she'll be in the game.
Yeah. True. Where is Merlwyb? I miss her. I loved her role. I loved her role in the 2.55 cutscene when she did her famous line and left.
I loved her at the Liberation of Alamigo scene where she just said nothing.
Oh yeah, that was great too. I loved that. She was great in that one. Thalassocracy is what it's called. But that does mean that they have a time in office. They have to like compete to become the best. Whatever. We're not supposed to talk about this.
I mean, we're speculating on how. This is the thing, though. This is what they're giving us, man.
Yeah, true.
Of course we're gonna have to talk about fucking politics because that's what the patch is about.
True.
I'm not happy about it, man.
Yeah.
Just like
the monk trainer.
2.1.
Oh, sorry, what?
Just like 2.1.
Yep.
Yep, it is.
Yep.
It is.
I don't think the monk trainer is gonna have anything to do.
But as much as of royal blood, isn't he?
He is. Yeah, he's
technically the only known heir to the throne right now.
I just for some reason.
Yeah, I don't think so either. No, it would be weird.
I feel like. Yeah, exactly. I feel like if he was gonna have any significance, they would have had to have brought him up a long time ago.
They can't just drag him out of the hat right now. That would be weird.
Especially if you haven't played Monk.
Yeah, exactly.
Like if you haven't played Monk, you're not gonna know any of that story.
No.
You're gonna be like, who's this dude? He's gonna be like, I am the king now.
I'm the monk.
But who are you? I think I saw you in Mordona once.
Yeah. Okay, let's move on to the Shinryu fight. This is the extreme mode.
That's cool.
It looks cool.
Ride on him and stuff.
Yeah, there. As you can see, they're walking on top of him there with like some lasers.
I'm very curious about that part.
Excited is the word. Excited.
Yeah.
I can stand on Shinryu.
I hope it's as cool as it looks. Is what I'm going to say about that.
Side note: what do you think the item level for the weapons are going to be?
340.
Whatever the current Savage is.
345.
Do you think it's going to be 345?
I think
no, 340. I think
340.
Yeah.
All right, so there's 0 point in me doing it. All right.
Yeah. Well, there's the mount.
Excuse me, it drops a really cool green mount.
They did show
I
the mount.
know.
They did show
I
the
haven't
mount,
got
which
the
was
first
pretty
because
cool.
I gave up.
Okay.
People are saying 335. That's garbage.
That would be upsetting.
That was all we saw of that fight, by the way. Now we're back to the main story.
Yeah, again, main story.
I'm sorry, this is Square Enix's fault that we have to do it like this, but hey.
You've come from every corner of Girabania.
So this is just the continuation of the scene before the Shinryu fight.
Yeah, before Shinryu.
Yeah.
He was just a side note.
Help decide the future of Alamigo.
Okay.
And then suddenly into Bahamut.
So, I mean, we've already talked about this scene, it being very symbolic, and she's standing with her people.
Oh,
What the
it's
fuck
that
is
little,
that?
Mammoth. No,
That's,
not Mammoth.
No, that's fucking Christ.
What
What's
are
their
they
name?
called?
What's their name?
Something
They're related to Keykerns.
Oh
They're
yeah.
not called-
Oh yeah. Those.
They're related to
Yeah.
Keykerns. They have a different name, don't they?
something.
Yeah, they do.
The black ones with the red eyes. They have
Yeah.
they have a different name, I believe. I can't
Like
remember their name. Now.
Mental.
They are Keykerns though. So
Yeah.
And that Nanta.
Oh yeah.
I just remember
the
they-
Kojin.
Yeah.
they're called meat eaters or something.
Oh, 'cause they're near the-
Some,
meat
yeah,
eaters.
yeah, that's what they are. Yeah, someone in chat pointing out that if you're having trouble with O3S, try to get a Shinryu extreme weapon if you don't have a better weapon.
I suppose that is true. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's your best way of getting it.
Where's the woman with the trap? What's that guy on the right wearing? Are they his legs?
I love how we just become the
Um,
fashion
I-
police.
I think that's a femro.
Oh, it is. Well, I mean,
Those are some.
Oh,
legs-
I think you can see some fancy
I mean,
trousers on the bottom left.
do
Her
they?
legs are like twice as long as her body.
And she's
I'm sorry.
she's Alamigan. She's out in the sun a lot. How can she be so pale?
I don't know.
Looks like she's trying to become an Ananta.
Look what this trailer's doing to us. I'm already tired. This feels like a fever dream.
Look at her legs.
Look at the white fluffy pants. Oh, by the way, they're the white fluffy pants are also in
Yeah,
the scene
bottom
as well,
left.
just under.
Oh
a
yeah,
rope.
there they are.
Very
Under
secret.
Majesty.
They're always there.
Those better be glamour. I want them now.
Yeah.
Amigo.
Okay, so now the ultimate fight with Twin Tanya in her.
I got there's a
Like
dead
hell.
person.
There's
by
a
the way.
yeah, just a
Right
dead.
away.
Yeah.
Already.
Oh, there's somebody in the background too. There's so
Yeah.
two of the three players in this are
The
dead.
tank's gonna carry.
So that's a Neuralink, if I'm not mistaken. It's been a while since I've done Turn 5, but I think that's a Neuralink. So she has like all of her old, or he, I don't really know what gender does Twin Tanya have? Does anyone,
Well,
this is a random
well,
question, but this,
It's a dragon, so they don't technically have gender.
they
I
don't,
think
but
you can see by his massive.
what do
tail.
they identify as?
Yeah.
You'd have to check on Tumblr.
Don't know.
yeah, let me boot up Tumblr. I just need to check. No, it's
I think
she,
I think
and
it's
the
a
name
female.
ends with an A, so it's
Her
like
name's Tanya.
it's like Tanya, yeah. So I just think I always refer to it as a female. And then there's Nail, who is strange. That's also identifies as a female, which was
Wow.
a shock for a lot of people. I mean, this Nail identifies as a female.
Well, I don't know if that's true.
well,
I guess.
it has
All right.
boobs.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, but he took on the form of another person. This is old.
Yeah,
lore. We
this
don't
is very common. Well, was that ever confirmed? Do we know that? I feel like that's just been a theory
Well,
that.
in the law book.
No, yeah, no. It's it. He took the form of his like a woman really close to him, apparently.
Oh, does it say? Okay. I've heard so many theories about this.
Nail
This
was
one of
not
them.
always a woman.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so then there's Bahamut and his
I like
two
how the arena
companions.
just changes between
Oh
every
yeah,
single
I
box.
didn't even. It changes to the respective arena for the
Mhm.
different fights.
Well, that's just horrible.
Or imagine the scene transitions here. Must be
Ugh.
pretty fucking epic. Too bad no one's gonna see them.
That looks really cool. Yeah, I
I'll
don't know
watch
what's
it on
going
YouTube.
Yeah, but people have to actually get to those phases though.
I'll watch it on YouTube in 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, it'd probably only take a few days to be entirely honest.
Do you think so? Because Yoshi P now said that it is probably impossible to beat at this point.
Did you see some of the damage it was doing?
Yeah. Did you see that when they promoted it or demoed it? It
It was
hit
doing
for
like 20 to 30k auto attack.
that was just the auto attacks. So that's a lot of damage. From
It looks hard.
it looks hard. There was like
Yeah.
Fireballs going off with twisters. Like, it's just a living fucking nightmare.
It looks pretty tough.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it, like, at least a couple of weeks, and that's sort of thinking that they've...
Yeah, I would be extremely disappointed if it took less than a week to beat it.
Yeah.
Remember, Twintania took over... I think
that was because it was broken.
Well, it wasn't... Well...
It was broken. Twisters were broken.
Twisters were... No, they were hard.
They were broken.
I still hold to this day that Twintania was nerfed because people weren't good enough.
I think they fixed it. In my entire... Like... I think it was broken. There was too much lag going on at the time. It was like
but lag is the thing, but you could still, I mean, people got past the twister faces eventually, but then they started nerfing it.
Right. I mean, it was beaten with old twisters, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, even the people who were clearing it at the time were like, that was fucking stupid.
It was, but it was hard. Twintania is notoriously known as one of the hardest bosses that has ever been implemented in this game, and that
which is just so not true whatsoever.
It is.
Mechanically, it's so simple.
I mean, in today's standards, yes.
Right,
I guess,
exactly.
Everything came out of Twintania, if you get my drift. Twintania set the bar.
That's true.
And it was a pretty high bar.
There's only like 4 things to do in that fight.
The twisters were oh god, I can't remember the fight anymore, but it was
like a
dive bombs. Now you can get dive bombs and twisters at the same time, though.
There's literally a move called, what's it called? Like dive twist or something.
Yeah, twister dives.
Twister dives or something. Yeah, something like that. I like how I brought that up and didn't know the name of it.
This is it sounds like a nightmare in my eyes or ears. It sounds like that to my eyes because I listen with my eyes. That is my number one tool for listening.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll get it. We'll see.
Yeah, I think that's what we saw there. That was that dive bomb move. It looks like... Oh no.
All 3 of them?
All 3 of them are doing dive bombs now.
Yeah. Well, I think that's also, that might not actually be part... I don't think that's actually the twister dives. Because it doesn't
these
look
are
like
just...
you can actually
there aren't
do
twisters
anything
here.
about them.
No.
Yeah.
I
don't even think these are actual dive bombs. There's no knockback. There's...
Oh,
I think it might be it might be a transition.
Yeah, this is the end, apparently. So I saw some chains at the bottom here. Right before that, and then they're...
What's on the ground?
That's the players.
Oh, it is.
They're in like a trance.
I see.
This is the wipe animation. So that's that. Now back to the main story.
To the story. Back to Fordola. Oh god, Alpha knows there as well.
This is happening.
What is that?
And then this happens.
What does that mean?
And that happens.
Glad to see Arnvold back, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, there's that Rogadin woman's legs.
Yeah, there she is again.
Just her legs again. You can never see her face.
There's something happening at the palace.
Something sinister.
So this maybe is happening either before or after Lise holds her speech. I speak on behalf of the resistance. So it's either before or after that. I'm guessing there are like Garlean sympathizers.
Or the Ananta.
Oh yeah, we did see a screenshot of the Ananta being in there as well.
That meat eater's there again.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, this is definitely during the meeting with like everybody.
Oh yeah, because
together.
White Legs and Meat Eater is here.
The cat girl was there as well.
Oh
yeah.
Peasant girl.
Yeah.
Come then. Who will be next to die on my steel?
Okay, so
then we're into PvP.
So now we're into
It's like 10 seconds. What is the point of any of this?
It is so...
Well, Yoshi P during the live letter kept asking for feedback on everything, so...
Yeah, this is our feedback. Don't do this.
Not a good idea.
Just don't.
Yeah, it's more confusing than anything. I understand what they were trying to do.
Imagine if you thought this was part of the main story as well. You're like, what's going on?
Whoa!
Dude, wait, we're doing Alexander again? What's going on?
Yes, finally back to
Yeah.
Alexander.
Yeah. We're by the way, we're just analyzing now. We're gonna go deeper into detail with some select stuff later. So just don't worry if you feel like we're rushing through things.
Cruise chase is so cool.
Yeah, this is the new MOBA PvP mode. Looks
Amazing.
looks alright.
Well, it looks promising.
And then
this guy,
this confuses me again.
Hildebrand.
Total tonal shift,
Because
by the way.
this is yeah, and this tells me Hildebrand. This is gonna show us Hildebrand. Cut to Shirogane. What?
It's so
I don't
good.
know.
It's
What
so
was-
well made.
What was the significance of her standing there, just doing her emote and?
Dude, it's an Easter egg.
Because she looks like
The
yeah,
worst
'cause-
fucking Easter egg ever.
So
I
she's gonna
don't
be is she gonna be standing in Shirogane as an NPC?
maybe.
Because I mean, okay,
Who's he?
because who's he and what's this?
I assume that this is part of a quest line.
I was thinking this was
from-
Hildebrand.
It's
Yeah,
gotta
actually
be.
Makaraka,
Because, like, the
Because-
dude's, peeping on her.
Yeah,
yeah, it's always about peeping.
It's always about peeping.
yeah, and it's like less than 3 seconds of her, and then it's just
And
Shirogane.
Like,
And
normally
then-
when we get...
Oh
remember
look, they're doing the Grand Company emotes.
Oh yeah, they are those 3 dudes here.
normally
Um,
when we get, like, Hildebrand or something, it has, the music or, like, some sort of goofy music in general.
Yeah.
Not just, like... I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't. It's very strange. Does he appear again in the trailer, Hildebrand himself?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
So
there's another. I think so.
yeah, I think he makes
There's
a
at least more.
quick appearance.
Mm.
So again,
Yeah,
Shirogane
that
showing
makes
off the houses.
Like, wow, look at that! Wow,
Then we're done.
And
Now
then-
we're inside and they're
look
playing.
at the dog!
Oh,
Look at the dog! And that
it's
lamp
so
thing.
cute.
It's a little beautiful dog. I
Yeah.
agree.
Look at the little lantern. That's cool.
Yeah, I like the
I
stuff
think-
in here.
Yeah, it looks all pretty nice. I like the bamboo.
Mm,
Yeah.
that dog's awesome. And,
And
then back to
we're
Nashi.
back.
She's writing about...
And
And-
this. Now we're okay, and now we are actually back to the storyline.
And now the Warrior of Light is a different
he's a
person.
He's
Samurai
now
now.
the samurai dude because
And has grown his hair
that's-
out. I like to imagine every time he teleports to Kugane, his hair just grows like 3 inches.
And then top
This
10
is a
saddest
record.
anime deaths of all time.
No.
So rest in peace.
And then what's it going to show after this?
It must be linked to what we just saw, right?
Mm-hmm. It's
It's crafting updates.
It's the new materia. No, it's Return to
Evilise.
Evilise. Which
Yeah, okay.
Oh god, I can't wait to talk about this. Yeah, so we're seeing this, which are the
Hashmal?
espers from
Mm-hmm.
12. It is the 12 designs.
Woman.
Mm-hmm. The
And
one
then
that I
a
learned was a
swimming in a
man today.
dungeon.
So where is this? Yes, do you know? Is
That's the Garamside
yeah, okay,
waterways.
it is that. Yeah,
It's gotta
thought so too.
Well,
There is swimming involved as well, by the way.
Yeah, but
This
swimming.
part.
it might not be.
I have a feeling listening to the soundtrack sounds like Tactics. I am a bit confused about where in the timeline we are in Rabana or in Dalmasca right now. I love these.
Mhm.
These
Well, there's a few tips that could tell us where we are. It would put us way closer to Tactics, I'll tell you that much.
right.
Because Delita and Ramsa are actually in the trailer.
Yeah, they are.
So
That's true, but I don't know if they're gonna follow the timeline faithfully.
Yeah,
because the
it's-
espers are clearly from 12.
Definitely from 12. Yeah, I mean it's really hard to tell.
Yeah, it's tactics. Yeah, so okay.
And then
Well,
this dude.
Banga confirmed.
It's literally Bagaman.
Yeah, it is, and
Like literally
it is
with a gun though.
With a gun.
He's got a little shotgun.
So I was
pretty
surprised
cool.
to see this because they are very different from what we have in ARCS. They're not like based on an existing. Well, maybe.
I just find it so weird that it's just Bagaman, and not, like I understand putting a Banga in the trailer.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that it's just an already existing character to the pixel basically is a little strange to me.
God, look at him though. He's got 5 lip piercings.
Yeah, he's pretty badass.
No, I love him. He's awesome. He's a great character.
Yeah, I wonder if his voice actor returns for this.
So this is where it gets even more foggy. This is a character from 12?
Yeah,
not Tactics.
Yeah. So again, starts to feel more like this is like a surreal reality thing.
It's gotta be
Is
just
it
a
just-
mishmash of.
Well, it's just
Is
a
it just a
story.
play? Is this the story that they are performing on that stage? Because you have to remember, when we see Rabanastre from the outside, it's on fire. But
Mhm.
looking at whenever there's a shot from the inside, it looks like... What does it look like? It looks like this doesn't look very destroyed. Well, no, it doesn't look very destroyed.
I mean, it could be underground though, right?
Yeah,
like,
true. I'm just wondering if we're like passing through different timelines here. So this airship,
It's a different one, isn't it?
it's a different one, yeah.
It's not got the Colosseum on the back.
That,
No.
yeah.
This like has like a balloon.
It's a much more Eorzean airship.
Yeah.
And this guy.
Oh wait, I didn't notice there's a
Um,
person behind him. There's another Banga.
Mm.
Let's slow it down with the power of YouTube. Yeah, that is definitely
Yeah.
another Banga.
With even more piercings.
Look, oh my god, he's got about 40.
That's a human hand.
I think that's another person behind.
Oh. What a weird position. Wait, is this... This makes no sense.
No, you can tell like the.
He's holding around. Yeah, he's... What the fuck is he doing
holding
to that
somebody
guy?
hostage.
Oh, yeah.
It looks like he's holding somebody hostage.
Yeah.
At
That's
the
what
very
they do.
least, they didn't show Vieira.
We're gonna get to that. Let's move on.
Oof.
And that's...
Mustache man.
What's his name?
Mustado?
Yeah, isn't that his name?
Is that Mustado?
I think it
Mustachio.
kind of looks like him.
It could be. No, I don't know.
I don't know, but
There's-
Look at the hair.
there's
yeah,
Delta and Ramsa.
yeah. So, yeah. Again, timeline-wise, this makes no sense because
Who is
Who's-
the cat girl?
Yeah. Blue
oh,
cat
she's look at her dress. This is one of the reporters, I think, for the newspaper in. Is it
girl. Not the Mithril Eye.
It is, isn't it? No, the Mithril Eye is a Lalafell, I think. She's either Gridania or Limsa. Could she be Limsa? I can't remember. I think she's one of the reporters.
Why is Sid there?
He's always there.
Why isn't Sid
That's
there?
true,
Yeah,
yeah. gotta love
exactly.
Sid, yeah.
He just pops in every once in a while, says hi.
Yeah, that's kind of what Sid does. Okay. So they're having a talk there. New furniture confirmed.
Possibly.
Take a moment to look at the scene. What
Lots
do
of
you see?
chairs and stuff stacked up.
It's stacked up, as if we're in some sort of storage.
Yeah.
Is this behind the scenes of a stage? Is this
It's
the prop
just all a
section?
story, Lukile.
No, this is on the airship for sure.
Yeah.
Like, this is.
So this is on the the stage airship, the
It's
Prima
gotta be.
Vista. Yeah.
I think it's probably mid travel when they're not putting on any shows.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So at least they will be real.
Yeah.
And then we have the boss.
Oh, yeah,
that
that's
we've
cool.
already been teased before, but my god, does he look glorious in
He's
the
big.
Yeah.
Amazing.
They showed on the live letter, they showed like full like the 3D model, like the raw model,
Mhm.
and I was afraid that it wasn't going to be as detailed as the drawing. Boy,
Yeah.
was I wrong. That looks amazing.
This is why I love when they make brand new models for the game.
Yeah.
Because there's so much higher details. Like, compare that to the Gammon, which you could see a lot of kind of bad textures on it.
Yeah.
Whereas this thing looks glorious.
Oh, yeah.
It's
so good.
Specifically being kept unnamed, though.
It is. So I wonder who this is. I saw some people speculating because in the original Zodiac thing, Zodiac is one of... Wait, how is this again? I keep fucking this up. Zodiac is... He is... If we're to follow the lore for 12, Zodiac should be a boss in this raid.
Zodiac should be... If we're gonna bring it over the way it's been so far, Zodiac would be an Ascian.
Is the Ascian god?
Oh my god!
Because all of the Ascians have names.
He's the anti-Hydaelyn.
Yeah, all the Ascians are named from names from Ivalice.
Right.
So it makes sense that Zodiac. Okay, let's not get into this.
I don't think it's called that
speculate.
though. I don't think that's what it's called. I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
We'll see.
I think it's called Chariot Man.
Yeah, it's called Chariot Man.
Seahorse.
Yeah. Amazing screenshot there.
Perfectly timed battle litany. Just want to say that.
Yeah.
Give that dragon a raise.
Okay, so then there's some espers. This is the guy. Is this Mateus?
Mm-hmm.
And we just this has always fucked me up. The first time I saw this Esper, I got a little bit spooked because this Esper is using a woman as armor.
Yeah,
it's
literally I only learned today. Lukile said that to me, and I was like, "No, dude." I was like, "It has boobs."
Yeah.
It's not. That's not a man. What do you like? That's. It has no head. I don't get it. I'm trying not to think about it. I'm trying not to think about it.
Oh god. You can see her like struggling as well, which is even more terrifying. And then we see this guy appears again.
Which reminds me a lot of Zervan in this scene.
Yeah. So maybe it has a face. It probably has a face transition then.
Oof,
that'd be cool.
Yeah.
I don't think we ever really had that in a raid. Like we haven't had like one of those kind of ultimates.
No, we haven't had that in the raid. No.
And there we go.
Some more
I managed
artwork
to stick to one topic for quite a while.
and dramatic.
There's a map
title.
in the background.
There
Or are they clouds?
No. Oh well,
they're
I
just
think they're
clouds,
just
aren't they?
clouds. Yeah. Yeah. So
I
that's...
thought you said a Mac at first.
Yeah. There's a Mac in the background.
Dude, I'm losing my mind. I'm sorry. I'm losing my mind.
Okay, so that was the trailer, and that was what we were given in that. So again, we've talked about this. We talked about this earlier, but my god, is that a messy trailer? Which
Very much so.
I found really difficult to follow. You kind of have to watch it several times. Maybe that's what they want for that sweet ad revenue. But it's unless they're demonetized because they showed a woman hanging from a man, or whatever the fuck it is. So yeah, let's talk about some more specific stuff. Where do we begin? We're going to talk about the UI updates first. Let's start with the least exciting stuff. To me, it's important to point because there's been a lot of people for like the past year that's been defending the PS3 because I keep saying the PS3 has been holding the game back, and I've always specifically pointed out the UI as like the #1 proof that the PS3 has held it back. And people have been like, no, the PS3 was powerful enough. Even Yoshi P going like, no, it was because it couldn't load fast enough. With 512 megabytes of RAM, don't.
But Lukile, you don't know what you're talking about.
No, I don't know what I'm talking. I'm not a computer engineer. Well,
no,
looks like What a coincidence then.
So weird. The timing is so strange.
That right after the PS3 is dropped, we suddenly get the biggest UI update in the game's history.
In literally the first patch after the PS3 is dropped.
There is a lot of shit happening. You can literally take the entire HUD apart now and just throw it around the screen. The buff system has changed. You can now you can change the HUD. It now has 2 different modes. So you can either show I think it was just like 1 line or 3. I think
so buffs, debuffs, and like special effects.
Yes.
Or just separate winners you can put anywhere on the screen.
Yeah. So that's very cool. The simplified job gauges was also introduced, which are basically just bars. Which I thought the Black Mage one looked really good, actually.
I liked the Black Mage one. It's fairly useful.
Yeah. I guess
which
it's...
one did they show off? The Bard one. The Bard was great. What I liked, and I'm hoping that this trend continues and gets more fleshed out, is that when they showed the Bard, they actually had a secondary bar that tracked your straight shot.
Oh yeah. That is...
And I'm really hoping that maybe they could start giving us bars for other things. That was always my biggest complaint when I actually liked Bard and played it. Is that I expected the job gauge to actually be a dot tracker, because that's would make the most sense.
Yeah.
Where it ended up going, obviously, it made more sense to track songs, but I would like to see them do that. I don't know exactly how it would work with dots, because you could have them up on more than one target, stuff like that. But I mean, even I'm just thinking like Paladin, I would love to track Goring Blade with a bar. Just a lot of that. I think that's a good way of going, is to like have things more visual in general.
Yeah. And this, it shows that the UI is not as restrictive as it was before. 14 is very lucky in that sense, because a lot of MMOs, and I know a lot of people have been complaining that we can't use add-ons, but look at 14 and what you can do with the HUD without add-ons.
No, absolutely.
And especially with this patch, where you can even, I love that they did this during the live letter, you can scale your UI up to 200% with this patch, which they did, and they forgot to turn it back off. So all over during the live letter, when he was like opening menus, it was like all over the screen.
I think that's mostly just for upgraded resolutions,
4K,
right? 4K, yeah.
Where are the 4K textures though?
Oh, they're never coming. Don't. So how dare you ask?
What else is worth mentioning about the UI? You can even detach the casting bar from your target. Like usually when you target an enemy, you get your HP bar and the casting bar whenever they cast something. You can now detach that bar and place it wherever the fuck you want, and you can scale it too, which amazing. I mean, it's such a simple thing, but for some people, this will probably make their gaming experience much, much better.
Yeah, if you don't use focus target too much, that's probably going to be a huge thing for you.
Yeah.
But use focus target instead.
You can always do that, of course.
I wonder if you could take it apart from like even focus target and stuff like that. Like,
like
sub-menus. So? Like, why not, right? That'd be cool.
So yeah, lots of stuff coming there for the big UI update. I'm glad they did that.
Got squadrons.
Yeah, the squadrons. Now, this is where we're probably gonna have to discuss a little bit, because what do you think about the squadron thing? Yes,
I think it's cool.
Then let me follow up with, what's the point?
I don't know. I think I'm hoping that what these do is replace the 18-hour missions, give you a more hands-on way of leveling your squadron up. If I could do one of these every 18 hours opposed to just clicking one button and leaving and logging on the next day, I would much prefer this. I don't think I've heard some people being like, "Oh, we're on the step to trust NPCs." Blah blah blah. Okay, that was 2 fucking patches ago, or sorry, 2 expansions ago. You can relax.
Yeah.
this content is never going to be current. You always have to have beaten the content a long time ago. Like, they're never going to allow you to take this into brand new content, you know?
No.
No, obviously, no.
I don't know, but I know some people are kind of freaking out about that. To me, I just see it as a fun way a different way to train your squadron.
I see, because you can't you unlock orders for your squadron at level 47.
Mm-hmm.
At which point you only have one dungeon left to use it in.
Right.
Which is Wanderer's Palace. And you get emotes. I understand that this is like niche content for like people that really likes the squadron, and I understand there are people that love this content.
I mean, I like the squadrons quite a lot.
I really like the glamour system they have. I like how they have sort of like the Gambit system from 12, that you can program the AI a bit to be like kind of like what you can do with your pets and your chocobo today, though. But still, I think the whole system. I just think it's a little bit underwhelming what you get for it, for doing really old dungeons with NPCs.
Well, if it replaces the 18-hour missions, you can get things like materia scripts, all that kind of stuff. So I mean, if you're getting that, it's like, okay, run one dungeon with your party, especially. Oh no, you're synced down, so it wouldn't necessarily be super fast, but I imagine it'd still be pretty fast.
Yeah, I was just hoping they would, like, I don't know, gave us a little more XP. If you like, for me though, I the lowest level I have on anything is 56, so I will never have any joy.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat as that.
Yeah, I can never like get
62 is my lowest level, so it's like, what am I gonna? But I guess I see it more. I don't see it as a means to leveling up or anything like that. Me personally, I see it more as because the leveling is going up for squadrons as well. The cap's going to 60 now, so I see it as a more hands-on way of actually leveling them up, opposed to just, as I said, just kind of walking into a room, clicking one button, seeing if you got any rewards, and then leaving for however long. You know?
You can actually help them win,
right?
Because it's RNG at this point. Right now, it's RNG. So
right,
I see that.
You're saying, like, instead of having to get their stats correct and hoping they win, you'll always, if you don't take them in this.
Right.
That would be okay, I guess.
Yeah. And like, you actually get to kind of control with them and play with them, and
yeah, I mean, that's nice because we have had them for a while, but I just think if it was for alt jobs, it should have like double or triple XP reward, or
right.
If it's having some sort of rewards long term, it shouldn't just be like 3 emote.
Yeah. Chat's pointing it out pretty clearly. They overcommitted this content. I feel like they put a little bit too much work into this for a system that is still in my eyes, niche. And I love niche things in MMOs, but this just doesn't quite hit with me. I'm in like a weird place because I kind of like it, but I also, as I said, it's the rewards are a bit fuzzy. I'm definitely going to get the emotes. But
somebody's saying that it would help DPS level up without constant.
That's what
it's not going to though, because it's Wanderer's Palace, which gives you like 10 experience.
Yeah, I mean for the lower levels though. For low.
That's true. Like 1 to 50.
Yeah, because I know some people said that, but you have to be level 47 to give them orders and whatnot. Well, then you can level other classes as DPS then.
I guess
with that system,
gaining confidence, tanking, and healing.
Yeah,
that's actually true. Yeah, I mean,
it's like a more advanced version of the whole of Novice. Like,
I do find it really funny that these AI are going to be way better than a lot of the players. They know how to AoE. Like they know how to pop cooldowns. They know how to do positionals.
Yeah,
and healers DPS.
And they cast Protect as soon as you get in. It's just like being in a real party.
Remember when Yoshi P said that healers don't need to DPS, but then he programs an AI that fucking DPSs? I think that's your message.
Yeah,
I think that's your message.
Yeah. I noticed, this is a very weird thing to notice, but when the squadron healer threw out Protect, it used the old Protect animation, the slow jing 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 instead of the because right now it's like when you cast protect now it's like and everyone has protect.
Does it have the little blue sparkles at the top of the staff? Or no? Because that's the main
I didn't look that
difference, right?
close.
Well,
No,
come
the
on,
main-
Lukile.
The main difference now is that that too. That is true. There is a blue glow now, which was I think still present in when White Mage cast it, but it was not as
It wasn't
strong.
It definitely wasn't as strong. No.
But it also is very quick. Protect now when you cast. But now it's like before Stormblade was like ching 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 ching, and that happened. Why did that stick out? I just thought that is odd. That is very A Realm Reborn, or Heavensward even.
I want that as our follow notification.
Ching,
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 ching.
Okay. Yeah. So Squadrons is I like the idea. I just hope it's gonna be well. It's kind of see. I'm undecided. Is what
I
I'm
actually
saying.
have faith in it. I actually think it's gonna be fun.
Okay. Fair enough. I'm again my favorite thing to say. I'm carefully optimistic.
Right.
Okay, let's talk about Rival Wings. That's the new PvP mode, which is literally a MOBA.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. We when we all know my famous quote when Lords of Verminion came out, when I said that it was the potential League of Legends killer. I can't believe I actually said that. It's like I have to like go back and look at it every now and then just to remind myself that yeah, you said that, Lukile. You actually said
Unironically.
that. I don't think I the judge is still out on that. We don't know. We will never know. Okay, so this is just your classic MOBA, except you're not playing from a top-down perspective. You're actually in the action. There are
Well,
two
like Smite, I guess.
Yeah.
Smite.
It's got 2 lanes, and I guess you can call the middle thing like the jungle area. There seems to be the structure in the middle has like a thing, an orb in the middle.
Yeah.
Which we saw briefly in the trailer.
I think that's gonna be how you get your mechs.
Possibly, yeah.
Because they said you had to fulfill secondary conditions in order to get them. I would assume that's probably where those are going to take place.
They also have the mammoths acting like
mammoth creeps.
Acting like the creeps of this MOBA. I wonder. They didn't show. I tried to look for it, but do they spawn continuously like a MOBA, or will they?
Seemed like it.
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too. So it can like overwhelm if you don't pay attention.
Most MOBAs creeps have like quite a large group of melee creeps and then like 1 or 2 ranged creeps.
Yeah.
And mammoths do have the wizard versions as well.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll put them in?
I saw one.
They're in the screenshots. Yeah.
I saw one. He had a mage hat.
It's literally brilliant.
They'll be casting mini meteors or something.
Yeah. So let's see. There are 2 teams. That's like the big difference here in this large scale PvP.
I like the small party makeup as well.
Yeah,
it's a very large sort of full number of players for a MOBA type game.
Yeah. How many were there? There are light parties. Are there 6 light parties?
6 light parties, yes.
In one alliance.
Yeah.
So it's weird, but I like it.
No, I think that's great. You can do more like small teams, kind of going off and doing their own thing, opposed to not like if in full party stuff, if 3 people decide to go somewhere and do something else, you may have just doomed the whole match, even at times.
Yeah.
Whereas this, you can be like, okay, 2 parties gonna go hold down the fort. Let's go get a mech. Yeah. They can be self-sustained on their own, I think that's really cool. I think that's gonna bring it's gonna feel way different than any other PvP.
I also noticed, this is just me again noticing weird stuff, but the central core, or the core for each, I don't know what they're called in this game, but the thing that you're supposed to protect, the core, it's actually called a core here.
Called a core, yeah.
It actually takes visual damage. Things start to fall off it as it gets more damaged, which I thought was pretty neat. You can see like the tiles falling off and stuff when it gets damaged. I like those tiny things.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the mechs you can ride or control are Cruise Chaser, Oppressor, and Brute Justice.
Nice.
Brute Justice is like the emergency weapon that you get when both your towers have collapsed. That's like, also, didn't he? I'm a little bit confused by the translation, because Yoshi P said in the live letter that his final attack, or his ultimate, could only be used when you're losing. So I don't know if that means that Brute Justice himself can only be accessed, or if his ultimate could be, because this one says only
That's a
Brute
good
Justice
question.
can be used. I don't know.
How long do you think it's gonna take before there's a huge fight because somebody took a
instantly.
Oh yeah, instant. Yeah, I want to be in Cruise Chaser.
You took my Cruise Chaser.
Yeah, and then they're gonna make angry party finders saying, "I don't want this guy in because he took my Brute Justice."
Yazz Pot is a Cruise Chaser hog.
Fuck yeah!
If you ever get in a party with
take all
Yazz
of
Pod,
them.
please kick.
Yeah.
Blacklist.
Yeah,
Everybody
blacklist. So yeah, that's Rival Wings. For the first time in a long time, I think I am hyped for PvP content.
Yes.
Because this looks like they put real effort into this.
Yeah, I'm really.
I
in a
also
weird spot with it.
love the map.
I do love the map. Yes,
it's massive.
It's Heavensward.
And and it is like a part of Charlie and our old Charlie. No wait, this is Charlie. New Charlie.
Yeah,
I keep mixing them up. Yeah, I like it. It's not just I thought initially that we were just going to use the actual map that we have now, but no, this is a different part.
I'm in a weird spot about it because I think I'm just burnt out on PvP now.
Oh yeah,
You have done a lot of PvP.
yeah.
I have done a lot of PvP, yeah, and I almost think that it's like right when I was like, all right, I think I'm just done. They released something that, as you said, they actually put a lot of effort into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm really torn. I mean, I'll definitely play it. I'll definitely try it. It's probably gonna have some cool mounts, I'm gonna assume.
Oh, I hope so. Oh,
so
what if we
Cruise
get
Chaser mount.
Cruise Chaser mount or Oppressor
I don't
mount?
even want to say it because if it's true, I'm gonna cry.
Imagine
I'm
a
gonna
Brute
be so happy.
Justice.
Oh,
mount.
Imagine like you can get it in like red or blue
Yeah.
too.
Oh.
Like oh.
Oh god.
The only bad part is that it's going to make every time you get shatter that much more depressing.
Yeah.
Well, no, because they said it's in its own category.
Oh, thank God.
Oh yeah,
It's not a frontlines.
Yeah, it's now we have the Feast Frontline and
which
Rival Wings.
probably means that this
Can
is
add
not a
more maps.
one-off game mode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. That's good.
Brilliant.
That's.
Mhm.
But does that mean that they're going to abandon the other content? Do they?
Oh, probably.
Yeah,
Hope so.
they're just going to leave.
I don't think.
Frontline's going to end with Shatter. That's
Yeah, I don't think. I don't think they can handle doing more than one of these things at a time.
No, I don't think so either.
And they still removed Slaughter, which I'm still mad about. But
Oh yeah,
whatever.
they did. Yeah.
Not
Still
since the
mad about
Chocobo racing I got promoted.
Anyway, so we have to move on. Okay, now we have to talk about the controversy. We have to
Can I bitch about Perform for a second?
go ahead.
I hate Perform already.
Why?
It's gonna be so goddamn annoying. There better be an option. There better be an option to just mute that ASAP.
Oh yeah,
Because it actually will tie into the controversy you're about to talk to.
Mm.
You can troll so hard with this shit.
Oh yeah. Oh.
Like, I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna be like, wow, this guy is beautiful. He knows how to play beautiful songs on his harp. He's amazing.
And then you hear someone in the background.
For-
Ding, ding,
for
ding, ding, ding.
600 of those people, it's just absolutely key mashing. I mean, it'll be bad on the first day. It'll get better with time, but
I'm realizing that I might have put things in the wrong order here. Should we probably just do the Return to Evil East thing? Just get that out of the way. They're not showing us much of anything about this. I should be happy about that, because I think we've earlier sort of complained, especially when Orange was here, complaining that they showed us too much before the patches. So I think that's what they're kind of trying to do now, just sort of give us less and make us more excited for the patch. We're going to get back to that, because that has not worked out. So on the topic of Vieira,
don't care.
Have not shown Vieira yet.
Good. You don't say yet. They're never showing them. They're not part of the lore.
Couldn't agree more. I hope they're not there.
In.
Hey, I mean, if they're following tactics, they're not there. So,
I just think, I mean, they're not following. They're just going all over the place.
It's fine.
I think it would be. I mean, the official forums would implode if they run the whole raid series without showing a single Vieira.
I hope they do.
They're gonna fucking kill each other in there.
I hope they don't show it.
Because that will be like the biggest fucking troll they've ever pulled, because they showed us a Vieira. They were about to implement. They wanted to implement Vieira to 14. They've shown us the sketches. Yeah. They've shown us the concept art, and it's always been like an internal joke between the devs and the players that, you know, please implement where is Vieira? Where is Vieira? And then we get a Final Fantasy or an Evil East themed raid, and there's not a single Vieira in it. Do you really think that's gonna happen?
It might.
It's a mistake to show them.
It's Matsuno. He left 12. He didn't even finish that game.
True.
So he's not super attached to 12 in general.
It's honestly, not like... Why are people so against the Vieira? I mean, it's not like it's going to confirm a new race, because that would also mean that Banga is going to be confirmed as a new race.
I agree with that.
I'm against Vieira because I just don't want people to be happy.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone needs to be miserable.
I don't want anyone... No, because they're so vocal about it.
I mean, Vieira is like the mascot for Evil East at this point. Yeah. It is, when you think about Evil East, Vieira should be pretty quick to appear in your head. If you don't, then you're a hipster. It's like, no, I actually think about, and then I can't even think of anything.
I just think of Balthier because I love him.
Okay, of course, Balthier, obviously, but yeah, but he has a sidekick, which of course.
Yeah, that's true. I just don't want it because I'm sick of human beings with random ass animal ears.
Oh yeah,
and
I agree with that.
I just don't want it to be.
But I mean, for once, it's not 14's fault. This is an asset from a completely different game, so it's not like they made this race for 14.
You could say that about Makote's too.
They could say that about all the races in IRC,
right?
Except for Aura, I guess. But Aura is made for 14, and it is just a
and
human dragon man.
And that's just because Yoshi P wanted to jerk his little ding dong off, because he's like, I love my women need to look like Vieira or Aura's. Remember when he said that?
Yeah, he did. I was
pretty. He's like, I'm getting all steamy in here. I love them. It's like, okay, dude.
Yeah.
All right.
I was just about to say, someone talking about the rewards. What do you think? They didn't even show any of the gear that we're gonna get from the raid. Haven't showed us anything.
I'm glad they didn't do that.
But looking at what they wear in Evil East, we might be in for a treat. Because at least in 12, people wore like
peasant outfits, isn't it?
There was a lot of exposed skin.
There's a lot of crop tops.
Yeah, and jackets that stop here, and it's like very strange attire. So I hope we get some of that weird wacky gear.
Yeah, I mean, I know some people are saying that they want like
Oh, Judge gear would be cool.
judge gear, you know, a lot of the characters typical gear. I don't know how I feel about that. First of all, judge gear is basically Garlean
Yeah.
gear, and I think that would be really strange.
Yeah.
Because they're so similar. I mean, they're based off like Garleans are based off of, right? And having like just blatant like, okay, this is Balthier's set for the machinist, you know, or Vaughn's set is for ninja or whatever. I would prefer that not be the case.
Yeah.
I hope it's something original that's just in that style.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree
part
with
of
that.
it
Yeah.
Is that it's going to be a really nice way to get 340 gear.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah.
With a
So
weekly
easy to-
lockout, I assume. of
Even,
course.
yeah, but even then. Oh, actually, I had a thought about the weekly lockout with the 24-man, because if it's dropping a piece at the end of the dungeon, like for experts,
Mm-hmm.
let's say you're in a raid team and the best in slot chest is from this thing, and then you drop a.
Well,
Lex.
it'll be 330.
No, it'll be 340.
Will it? How
I'm
No,
pretty
it'll be
confident.
330.
Oh,
Because
okay.
Always in the past has
upgraded.
been.
No, upgraded tome gear is always 10 better.
Yeah, but every time they release a 24-man, it's almost always like at the current raid.
No, it's 10 behind, isn't it?
I can't remember now.
No.
It's
Like,
only
it'll be
been
Weeping
330.
City was
half a year.
the same.
I'm pretty sure it'll be
Fine.
330, not 340.
We'll see. I guess I think it'll be 340.
Okay. Well, that wouldn't make quite
That wouldn't make any sense because that's upgraded tome gear.
sense. Yeah, I think it was 3.
We'll
yeah,
see.
I think it's always been 10 behind. Because
Yeah,
it
it
has
has.
never been able to compete with Savage for obvious reasons.
What
I
was
think.
Midas gear? Was that 240?
Why are you asking me to remember raid gear for Midas? It's like a year ago.
Because I'm sure Mark dropped the same as. Oh, never mind. If it's 10 behind, it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean,
of
it's still
course,
great. It's perfect for gearing up alt
yeah.
jobs, right? Like I'm definitely gonna be. Hopefully, the Black Mage set looks great because I'm gonna be swimming in
Yeah.
that Black Mage gear.
Yeah.
But if it auto drops things at the end, does that count towards your weekly lockout?
Do you think they will do that?
No. Do they?
But
They
then
don't
what
do
if
that.
you're
They don't do that
running
on
it like
endgame
50
content,
times?
do they?
Well, they do it for expert.
Do
They
they?
might do it for that.
Yeah. No, it does
No,
not
they
happen.
don't.
Expert. It only happens as
After
leveling.
you reach level
Oh, does it?
70, it
Ah, okay.
stops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had me going there for a second.
So we'll be all right then.
That would be. I honestly kind of wouldn't mind that.
Because you only have to do it once a week then.
Right.
Yeah.
And there was definitely a few times where I'm like, I've run this 6 times this week.
Yeah.
I'm fucking done right now. Like I
The
never want to
dungeon-
see this again.
The raid would die though instantly. Like
Exactly.
It would.
it would
it would
only
be
be active on Tuesday, and then like yeah.
Tuesday. Yeah, I mean that's totally true.
Yeah.
So
So that was Return to Evil. Is now let's talk about the missing star, Eureka.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, so this ties into the other part here. Do we wait? I think before we do that again, do we want to just quickly just brush through the job adjustments? So someone mentioning it in chat, asking about if there were any job adjustments. There is apparently for Summoner.
and Scholar got some
Scholar.
weird ones too. Basically, Scholar's Adlo finally got its MP cost reduced.
Oh,
Don't know why it took that long, but it happened.
Finally.
Sucker's going up to 150%, basically evening out to like a nocturnal aspected Helios.
right.
The rest, I mean, yeah, they're buffing Dragoon. I don't care. The Warrior stuff's pretty cool. The Warrior's getting a like Shake It Off's turning into basically a Divine Veil.
Oh yeah.
Which I think is cool.
Yeah.
I really cared about Summoner though. Summoner I thought was really weird.
So
And-
what specifically then did they do?
They're taking the cast time off of Ruin 3 when you're in Dreadworm Trance.
Okay.
Ruin 1 is now no longer usable at level 70. It's being replaced by Ruin 3, and Ruin 3 no longer costs a crazy amount of mana. Ruin 4 replaces Ruin 2. So I guess you might not need the proc for it anymore or something. I'm not really sure how that's supposed to work. I know it's very strange.
I don't. Okay, yeah.
Tri-bind is gonna be useful.
What?
Yeah, they're taking the bind off of tri-bind, and when you're in Dreadworm trance, it goes up 100 potency.
Did they remove bind from tri-bind, which they literally renamed because it was a bind action? Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding.
Oh my god, just rename it.
To what?
Remove the action, implement a new one. Get rid of. It's very clear that tri-bind has no business in 14. It
does now because it's great. It's amazing AoE.
It finally made sense, and they removed it.
I was gonna say they could just call it like Ruinga or something. No, I said I don't. Or maybe it does have the bind outside of Dreadworm trance.
Okay.
But either way,
okay.
You're not going to use it outside of Dreadworm trance.
No,
so it doesn't really matter. The times you use it, it's going to have no bind. So I mean, it doesn't really matter.
They haven't completely lost. So it's still worthy of its name to a degree. Okay.
I mean, is it though?
No, but still, it's better. It's better than flat out not having bind at all.
Right. But I think that's really cool because I think that probably puts Summoner in competition for the best AoE spot.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to touch Black Mage.
No.
But
I don't think Black Mage is getting any changes. By the
no, it's completely untouched. See, somebody says it's going to go from 30 to 130. That's may not sound like much. That's way stronger than Fire 2.
That's 100 potency up. So,
way stronger than Fire 2. So it's better than it sounds. Magic potency scales so much different than physical potency. That's really strong.
Yeah, I noticed the cross job stuff got changed, but I didn't catch quite what happened there.
It was a lot of them were reduced.
Oh, okay. Nerfing?
No, like recast times reduced.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and of course, sustain it back, which is great. And Surecast is being changed. So, because it's very useful now, right? Like it's specifically super useful in V4 to avoid knockbacks, but you couldn't cast a spell or else you'd get rid of the buff and then you'd get knocked back. So they basically made it so it lasts for 5 seconds and casting a spell doesn't cancel Surecast.
Okay.
So I think it's pretty cool.
I'm glad to hear Sustain is coming back because we've talked about this like a long time ago when Sustain was. I mean, with
it
the
was
launch
ridiculous.
when Heavensward news came out, and we were like, "Where's Sustain?"
I had a friend who started Summoner like just before Stormblood, and he came back after, and he's like, made it like he's almost 2 Stormblood now, and he's like, what is the point of having Titan Eggy? I was like, yeah, I mean, you're right. He's like, I put it out, it dies in 4 seconds because I can't do anything. Am I supposed to physic it to keep it alive and do no damage? It's like, yeah. I don't really understand it, but I'm glad it's back. I'm really glad it's back.
So Summoner
Palace of the Dead is good again.
Yeah.
You can do Summoner and Palace of the Dead again.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get to the depressing part. Eureka is missing.
Do you not want to quickly just run through like the materia stuff?
No. What? Okay, let's. God,
we
have too much stuff to talk about.
I
okay.
know.
Materia
you
retrieval.
Can take materia out of armor now. Decent thing will display.
Wait, hold on.
Coaching
Okay, not that fast.
40% chance you got it. It's going in your inventory.
Yeah, but it's gonna crash the market. It's gonna be horrible.
There's already no market.
That's true, but.
Go.
Okay, calm down. We have to. There are actually people listening to us right now.
No.
No.
So materia retrieval will allow you to remove a fixed materia. So goodbye, Mutamix. Rest in peace. Not only that, but there is a chance you can keep the materia as well.
There is one caveat though. It's if you have your alchemist leveled. True. It's not something anybody can do.
True. It's not that hard to level your alchemist, though.
Do you have to get it to 70? I would assume so, right? Or is it just a 60?
I mean, yeah.
I can't do it.
You can't do leaves? Leaves are so easy.
I know.
And you get so much EXP.
I know, but that's like you have to spend money and shit, and it's like I don't want to spend money.
That's true. That's true. But you can always make it back. What I shouldn't share my guild making secrets.
Well, especially because there's no market for anything else, so you probably definitely shouldn't.
There's some shit about the synthesis. I'm not gonna go there. You can see the level required to desynth.
Yeah.
So Beast Tribe Quest Kojin will unlock at level 63. So look forward to that. Hildebrand is this is great. So the little thing that we saw with Hildebrand, which by the way didn't even feature Hildebrand in the trailer, this is an introduction episode, so please think of this as a preview. Custom deliveries, that's Minago is the custom delivery person now.
That's cool.
I noticed that at the bottom of that window there are yellow scripts, but on the picture she only gave you red scripts, but it was only one heart. So there is a chance that she might drop yellow scripts at like full hearts, because I wouldn't see why they would put the yellow script thing there in the first place if she doesn't give you anything.
I don't remember how it worked with the
she gave
scripts. Yeah, the stupid pudding chick.
She gave us red scripts when red scripts.
You mean Zoe Aliapo? The pineapple pudding woman?
Who cares?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna tell. Yeah, by the way, I just need to clarify the materia thing real quick. Grade 1 to 3 is 100%. At 4, it drops.
Grade 1 to 4.
What?
Is 100%. 1 to 4 is 100.
All the way to 4. Oh yeah, 4, and then 5 it drops to 80%, and at 6 it drops. No. So yeah, and then it
something
drops to
like
40%. At
40%. So basically, 40% is the one you got to care about, because if you're putting grade 5s in, just don't.
Just throw the gear away. You don't need to.
Yeah.
Just get some new gear. Okay, so Eureka, where is it?
In my heart.
So this is a controversy, and I'm just gonna, because we're running out of time, I'm just gonna combine Eureka and the community split because they are related. With the release of 4.1, we were promised Eureka in exchange for only one dungeon.
Yes.
Then it got quiet. We stopped hearing anything about Eureka after they showed us the artwork. I think they only mentioned it by name a couple of times after that. And everyone just kind of assumed that Eureka was on its way, because it makes sense. The relics should be in by now. And then Yoshi P just sort of brushes it away during the live letter, saying that they didn't have time. They didn't have time.
Is this what I get for putting my trust? Because you kept going, Yazz, I don't think it's gonna be there, and I was like, it's gonna come. They're just not talking about it. It's gonna be there. It's gonna be there.
Oh god, I was always very negative because I was pessimistic because they didn't talk about it, and they usually always like flaunt everything that they're adding to the game, and Eureka didn't get any exposure at all. And when the website launched, there was no Eureka entry, which is sad because it kind of looks like there's a button missing, which was probably supposed to be the Eureka button. And what do we think about that? Before we talk about the community being split on this, what do we think about just the isolated incident with Eureka first? What do we think about this being being delayed like this? Why do we think it's delayed?
I think they're just too busy.
Busy with what? The Adventurer Squadron?
Well, no, because they got a lot of work in the pipeline after. Like, they don't start this stuff after Stormblood comes out. You know what I mean?
I'm usually the very positive person, but this is very difficult to accept.
This is a total role reversal where I'm the one being like, it's okay, and you're like, fuck this.
Yeah. No, it's very difficult because I think the worst part about this is that this was supposed to be the reason why we only get one dungeon.
That's yeah, I'm pretty upset about that.
And there's nothing
Now-
to replace it. There's nothing else to it. It's just gone. And then he said something very worrying. He said there were different ways to obtain the relic in 2.2. No, sorry, 4.2, which made me go, "Oh shit. Have they just scrapped Eureka?" I'm not going to alarm anyone here, but he said there will be different ways to obtain the relics in 2.2. I keep saying 2.2, 4.2.
Why 4.2? Because relic is perfect content for Square Enix. It lasts
I know.
so long.
It's just grind content.
And yet we all lap it up. We're like, yeah, I want the purple weapon.
Ooh, it's got glow.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, actually,
I think
Eureka. Okay, I've seen this a similar argument that Eureka was half developed based on the new diadem. I don't think so, because already before they started remaking the diadem, I'm getting my timelines mixed here, but maybe right before the new diadem, I think they had already sort of stated that the Eureka was not going to resemble the diadem at all. And I know we've joked about it, like Diadem 3.0. That's a joke.
And I keep saying it's Fates, but as a joke.
Yeah, we're being sarcastic. It's not going to be Diadem 3.0.
So they say.
So they say.
But
I mean, no one has actually seen the Forbidden Land of Eureka yet, so we've only seen this.
All we have is that goddamn artwork from the first fan fest.
Yeah, which looks like the Sea of Clouds.
A year and a half ago.
It's difficult. That's. I keep repeating that phrase. It's difficult being positive about this, but this is like that one thing that I felt like this is just too bad. This is also why I was so negative about the Adventure Squadron, which is why I'm having a difficult time, because I feel like they could have put some of the effort they put into the Adventure Squadron into the content that was going to be used by far more people than the Adventure Squadron. And yet, I mean, I am not going to assume, I don't know why. There might be other reasons why it's been delayed. Maybe there were some system issues. Maybe it didn't work. That's why I was so put off by Yoshi saying that there will be different ways to obtain the relic in 2.2. Because that does not sound like Eureka is coming in 2.2. That sounds like we're going to make something else. You're going to do it in the... What if they just retcon everything and just make a Zodiac questline again?
Oh, hope so. Love a bit of Geralt.
I know I'm being very negative, and that's very unlike me, but when it comes to this relic, I'm starting to worry. I'm not too afraid of this being like a doomsday sign for the game. That's not it at all. This is just no. But it's very disappointing.
I honestly would rather have waited the extra month.
Yeah, they've done this before with patches when content has been unfinished. I can't remember which patch it was. There's a very specific one which I remember they pushed back.
Was it one of the Dita?
Oh my god, it was, wasn't it?
But okay, it's like, I guess this kind of leads into the next.
Yeah, I think we have
topic,
to go.
But I would have taken an extra month to actually get this content any day, because I'm not too salty about missing out on a dungeon. I'm kind of over it at this point. I really don't care. I hate the dungeons anyways. Like I do dread doing an expert roulette most of the time.
Yeah.
It doesn't really bother me. But it's just like it was such a huge part of the patch that I feel like releasing the patch without it is kind of just...
Yeah, it's kind of feels like a it's kind of like a betrayal in a sense, because we were because they were like, sorry, now we're gonna have one dungeon, but don't worry, we'll have adding new exciting content you've never seen before,
and then you never get it,
and then it's like never mind, we couldn't do it.
It's almost time. It's almost like they're just like teasing us.
It's like they hate us.
I think they hate us. They hate us, guys. They hate their community. I'm joking.
Yeah.
Don't take that seriously.
Yeah, I'm gonna point this out that I don't care too much that yeah, there's someone in chat already saying this, that it's more like this shouldn't be too hard for them to put in, especially seeing as they've been working on this since before Stormblood. I mean,
yeah,
how hard can it be to make this? They're doing a major disservice to themselves, because this will just build more hype on top of Eureka, which will lead to it ultimately disappointing everyone, because it can never live up to that expectation now. So, and that's kind of what happened to the Diadem, where they overhyped it, and when people saw what it was, the disappointment was even greater. Now, let's get to the community. Immediately after the live letter was over, of course, the official forums went apeshit.
No, they did.
Surprise! So it has sort of split the community in two. There are those that defend the patch, and there are those that mean that that say that this patch is 3.1 all over again, which I have to kind of disagree.
Yeah.
3.1 was especially bad because it launched with 2 pieces of content that completely flopped, like Lords of Verminion and the Diadem, which then left us with only the 2 dungeons and the Primal, I believe, which at the time was... who was it?
Thornton?
Was it Thornton?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a terrible patch, and it was the worst wait in the world.
I think Square Enix is too hung up on the extra month and not on what the actual content in 3.1 was.
Yeah.
They're thinking, oh my god, everybody hated it because it took the extra month and it was killing them. I don't actually think that's necessarily true. It was the content surrounding that. Heavensward had nothing to do with the end. We got way more stuff to do at the end of Stormblood than we did at the end of Heavensward.
Yeah.
You beat the story, and you did Bismarck and Ravana, and you were done.
Yeah.
Sure, you had the beginning of Alexander.
Yeah.
Well, everybody fucking hated it and couldn't beat it, so nobody wanted to raid either. You know? So you have so much more stuff to do. I think they're hung up on the fact that they think this extra month is what's going to kill it. So they're, they kind of overpromised.
Yeah.
And...
Oh, yeah, we've got Void Ark too.
And then delivered a very lackluster patch, as you said, with many, many things that failed. I would much rather just have them wait the month and actually release good content instead. Yeah. And I don't think anybody would... I mean, sure, there'd be some people who would complain. The people who refuse to do the content and then say there's no content.
The official forums.
The official forums, exactly. I don't know. I
see someone saying that why should we care about the not getting Eureka because it was never hyped. It was hyped, but it was hyped in a very different way than before. It was more like, oh, you've never seen this before. It's everything we want a Diadem to be, and it's going to be like, this is the only place you can work on your relic, and they're like, what does that even mean?
It's going to be this open world zone.
Yeah, and
that isn't Diadem, that you're not doing fates. It's going to be like you're going to be hunting monsters and stuff like.
And then
you say we know nothing about it, but what we know about it is too vague. It's way too vague, and it just leaves your mind open for it could be the best thing in the entire world. As Maela said before, I would love an open world zone that you can collect tomes in. That would be great. Is it that? We don't know, and it's just you're left with too much time to just go. It could be this. It could be this. I can't wait for this. Oh, are we getting relic armor as well? Oh man, I can't wait to find out.
And then they just pull the rug under us. It's strange. So the forums then claim that the content, I'm now specifically talking about the official forums because I had a blast reading through that. You really are entertainment. I'm not saying that to be patronizing, but there are some.
Yeah,
there are some. Yeah, a little bit. There are some characters in there that probably should take a moment, step back, and look at what they typed out before they post. But I understand the disappointment. You are paying a monthly sub. This patch you were promised content in this patch that didn't come, and they didn't tell us until 2 weeks before the patch drops that, oh, by the way, that's not coming. Moving on is like,
Yeah, that's what frustrates me the most is that it kind of just went like,
Yeah.
what? We
Yeah.
didn't say anything about Eureka. Don't no. Like it was so just brushed aside and
Yeah.
not like, here's why we can't do it. We're having trouble tuning things properly. We're trying to get it out as fast as possible. It was just like,
and he didn't give us any other
here.
update as to where what's the status of this project. Is it because I thought, okay, it's not going to make it to 1.15. Maybe there will be a one. No, sorry, I keep saying 1. I've been sorry.
You've been all over the place.
I'm sorry to everyone listening to me talking about patches. I keep fucking them up. 4.15. It's not going to make it to that. But how about, or 115, which was the initial, like the latest time we've heard him say? Because I believe he said that they were aiming for patch 1.15 and beyond. I believe that's the latest. So you would think it's still within 4.1. So
Yeah.
I was hoping maybe 4.19, whatever. But he didn't say anything about it, which worried me and a lot of other players. Not saying that the patch is bad. It is not as bad as 3.1. We're getting something that looks like real fun PvP. We're getting getting a pretty lackluster dungeon, but it's just because it's a regular expert dungeon. I like the design of it, but it's just a regular dungeon, but still.
I mean, I'm excited for Scala, but that's
yeah.
Look, Rival Wings alone has more potential than everything combined in 3.1.
Yeah.
Then that's not including Return to Evilise.
Yeah.
You know, that's not including, which I think Beast Tribes are going to be fun. You know,
Yeah.
That's not including Canals of Osnair updates, which I think are also going to be pretty fun.
Oh yeah, that too. We haven't even talked about it, but yeah.
It's like, there's so much stuff there that it doesn't even come close to 3.1. If you think this is going to be as bad, you're remembering 3.1 with rose-colored glasses,
which happens a lot in this community. Sadly,
it does. But
yeah, 3.1 was historically bad, and if you deny that, well, I'm
don't
sorry.
know what to tell you.
Yeah. So I hope just at least reserve your anger until you actually get the patch. We have no patch notes yet. There might be stuff that they haven't covered. They seem to be like very secretive about the patch. And again, I talked about that earlier. That seems to have sort of backfired. That's why the community is like, there's nothing in this patch.
I also think that's just because they didn't know what they were putting in it for the longest time.
Yeah.
Dude, maybe the trailer was supposed to be 8 minutes and they went, oh shit, 4 minutes is Eureka. Let's cut that out.
Yeah.
Like you don't know, you know? Like they're so kind of on the down low about all this stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's
I hope it's good.
I'm
if it's bad, go ahead and complain.
Yeah, then we can complain. Okay, then
go ahead and complain.
Then
just don't complain ahead of time.
A new low. I understand, but I completely understand the disappointment about Eureka. I am totally on that boat. I'm very disappointed that Eureka is not coming with us. And I also don't like the way he's talking about it. It's almost, to me, again, like he's very dismissive about Eureka right now. At least that's what it sounded like in the live letter. It's like, we don't have time. There will be different ways to obtain the relic in 4.2.
It's weird.
Yeah, they could sneak the relic in somewhere. They did this before. Yeah.
I've heard a lot of people saying that would make it better for them.
Indeed.
And I kind of have to agree.
I agree.
If there was just like a shitty step where it's like you get some garbage 310 weapon, but you're starting it. Hey man.
Yeah.
I'm all for it, you know?
Yeah. It's better than nothing.
I don't.
At least a start, right?
Yeah, I just want to again the comment here. I like the shorter trailers. The length of the trailer is not the problem.
No,
it is
that's
the
not the problem.
structure of the trailer.
It's horrible.
It is terribly paced. You don't understand what you're watching. Like how. I got the impression that Hildebrand was going to be involved in the housing district. I don't understand what the fuck went on there. So that's the problem.
Is reclaiming Alamigo with Shinryu.
Yeah, they paced it as if the main scenario was connected to absolutely everything, and Hildebrand was buying houses in Shirogane, and Lise was talking to Shinryu Extreme. It's like, what is going on? So we've already talked about this. We're done with that. I just want to.
I know. I could second that.
It's not about the length. It's about the structure. Fine, make it a 4-minute video, but at least show us what we're looking at. Not just, here's some pictures.
Somebody brought up a good point, is that if Eureka comes out in 4.2, it's coming out on the same patch as savage,
Hmm.
which they don't normally do. You know?
Yeah, that is
Because then it's going to be entirely worthless. Because it's going to come out with the new Tome Gear, which it normally does, but it's below, and then goes above Tome Gear with the patch coming afterwards.
So clearly
I guess they could just do that. I guess they could just bump it up an extra 10 levels.
Yeah, I thought, that's like, it could easily be done. Stats are just numbers they can change.
Are they going to delete a step from the game? Or are they just going to sneak an extra one into a half patch? Like, it seems like they're making... I don't know, man.
I don't know what's going on in the Final Fantasy 14 dev team right now. I don't understand what they're doing, but I'm still looking forward to 4.1. It seems like it's gonna be lots of fun. I hope. I mean, the fact that we don't know so much about the content that they're implementing kind of makes it better, because I want to see what all of the stuff is, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I like that. Now we have to end now. We are actually, we started late as usual, so now we've actually filled our 2-hour slot. Stay tuned if you're watching on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, go to Twitch. That's where we're going to show the premiere of Secrets of a Realm episode 3, and then right after the post-show, the video will be up on YouTube, so make sure you catch that. Okay, thank you guys for watching.
I'm gonna go to sleep now.
We'll be
so
back.
Tired.
We'll be back after. We'll be back next week. So at the same time. So make sure to follow us on our social media and all that. I'm Lukile Bravestone. I'm joined by Yazz and Maela and Yazz. Bye.
Bye.